Alright, what's up? What's up, everybody? We are live. It is Monday, June 17th. This is Game of Coins, Season 1, Episode 21, and we are live. We are going to do a quick update with Bitcoin. Let's get some music back here. And yeah, we'll see what we're at. I did make a quick little short video today, a 5-minute. I did put that up. That's my latest video, so go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And we'll kind of talk about where we're at, what we're doing. So I do have this in this cup and handle, and I do believe this is playing out. So we will see. It looks pretty textbook. You could make the argument of maybe this is also the handle, but either way, it looks bullish to me. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, so either way, I would say this still looks bullish. as long as you hold the pattern. 8,500, 8,800 now. 9,000 if you're really bullish. But in my opinion, I still think we're going to test that 95 topside. Or even, 95 to, 10,000 psychological. And then we'll go from there. But our oscillators are in good shape. 4 hour, you're not oversold. So can't really make an argument to the bear side there. And it looks like, we talked about that J hook on the MACD, which looks like crap as long right here. So we talked about this J hooking, and we've only continued to build positive momentum. So as you create this bearish divergence, as you go up and more up and more up, it will create bearish divergence eventually. But as of right now, it's not, and it's only just looking at these last 3 histogram ticks. The second one was more bullish than the first. The third one was more bullish than the second or the first. So we don't have any places to really slow down yet. The very first spot we would see, is still a couple more ways away, which leads me to believe that 95, the 382 Fibonacci retracement, is going to be tested. It makes all the sense. That would also put you in oversold territory on the RSI, which can stay that way, and that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Your weekly's oversold, but you can stay there for a month, right? And then we also had the bullish engulfing on the daily, excuse me. So, I'm really not that shaked out right now. I'm super happy that we got in of areas of value down here at around 79 and 81. However, yeah, I'm still pretty stoked on it. So we will see, and it looks like if we go down to a smaller time frame, where we drew this one last night for everybody in the Discord. Hey, I don't know. Sorry guys, I didn't realize I didn't have you up. What's up? Sorry about that. And yeah, so we had this cup and handle, right? So we had the cup with the handle, and then we had potentially that's where you get the breakout. So, oh, come on, don't do it to me. Google Chrome is not responding. What do you mean? Oh, that was weird. Anyways, okay, yeah, so cup and handle, and then the neckline, which is the top of the teal line that we broke out of, and now that we're kind of back testing and holding. So again, to that 95 10,000 psychological number. We do have targets. And then if it does play like we want it to play, then the green line would make the most amount of sense at around like 11.5. So all things to look out for with the coin. Let's go to Ethereum, and I do have a couple charts I need to get to some people, so I will do those. Let's do this one to the tether pairing. It's 271. Let's do it on Coinbase. Okay, so ETH 272. Still think we're gonna see 300. I've been calling this for over, I feel like, a month now. I still believe 300 is in our play, but we'll take a look at it. Cool. So definitely range bound in between the 382 and then the 0.5. So 236 and 283 is kind of like your channel that you're forming right now. That eventually you would like to potentially see these lines connect. Whether that's the one or it's more so here. Eventually you would like to see this consolidate and then make that spring effect, and then you would shoot, right? One way or the other. Especially with that golden cross. It's not looking that bearish to me, right? Like this crap over here looks really bearish. This looks like signs of reversal. So, just like we talked about in that quick little video today, you're reaching the market bottom, right? So these are the areas of value, and Bitcoin's just happened to jump from 35, like 32 to 35K or 3,500 to 993 in a couple months. So it's like these are that far behind, I don't think. And if we form that pennant again, right? So it's like Adam and Eve bottom. So double bottom, Adam and Eve, form that pennant that we're kind of seeing right here and shot up. One would like to believe that maybe we would at least touch 283 to 331, somewhere in that range, even if it's just a wick, even if it's just a John freaking wick, right? And then, but unfortunately, it's just like, or it's funny enough that Bitcoin hit the 886 and the 1618. So it's like, what if Ethereum does that? What if Ethereum hits the 886 or the 1618? Well, now you're talking $440 to $736, right? It took Bitcoin about 3 months to do it, 3 to 4. And it's like, okay, well, this was in December, February. It looks like the time is coming, right? And you got a lot of consolidation, right? A lot of resistance at that $300 mark. But I could just see it popping. I could just see it going. So, obviously you have to make the bear case as well, because, these markets are crazy. But if I had to pick a side, I'm leaning way more bull than I am bear. So, that's how I'm looking at ETH. Let's go to Litecoin, because I know everybody cares about Litecoin with the halving going on. Hope you guys are having a good day, though. Hope you guys are cruising along. I know I'm having a good day. Okay, it's 132, 184 was a target. We'll see. Okay. So yeah, this one hit Adam and Eve. I didn't really draw it, but it's kind of the same pattern that we've seen with Ethereum and then also Bitcoin and a couple other assets. But looking at this golden cross, 618 hit it, smashed through, and now it's like you're chasing. So to see a full retracement to 185 with all the bullish news of the halving coming, I think it's possible. I think this is kind of a hold until that happens, and then maybe you see a sell-off because buy the news, sell the event. You know, that's what I teach you. But yeah, I think it's possible. So, I mean, 150 obviously is the next area of value you would think, as long as you can hold, 128, or I would think that would be the next area of like, okay, that's a potential target. But to see this thing make a full retracement and even to hit a 1272 and a 1618, just like Ethereum, I'm sorry, not Ethereum, but Bitcoin did, it's like, I think there's a shot. I really do. Because these markets have sold off for over a year and a half now. And they've been shitting the bed and nobody cares. And now it's starting to look interesting. So there's no reason to believe why Litecoin would be slowing down, I guess. That's the best way to know how to put it. Cool. Anyways, let's get to a couple other coins. I gotta pull these up. I know people ask me for them. ONTC. Okay. That works. I can check them out. Okay, we'll go to ONT first. Okay, so what happened with ONT? We can kind of explain this. Hit the 236 and never saw a higher price, at least so far. So one would say that, and that makes sense, right? Because Bitcoin ran. When Bitcoin runs, what's up, DJ? Yeah, when Bitcoin runs, unfortunately, that's just what happens. Well, most of the time, alts do. Alts bleed, right? So you hit the 236, which is the most shallow retrace. And, we were looking for maybe a target between a 382 and a, 0.5. And it's not to say that it's not still valid and it can't happen. It just, has been delayed because of Bitcoin running. And if Bitcoin runs again, then there's a chance that this thing could continue to maybe do a double bottom. I know trading ONT in the past, for me, it takes a while. But when it heats up, it finally heats up, right? So, I mean, I like the daily time scale as far as your RSI is concerned. You are building some momentum there. And looking for potential support down here where you would have found potentially a double bottom, and then now you're making higher levels of strength on lower levels of prices. So that math, like we've talked about before, doesn't add up. If you have, going back to that ball example, if you have 10 guys pushing the ball, oh dude, I love the technology side. But again, if you have 10 guys pushing the ball up the hill, and before you had 8 guys, so you have 2 more guys, and yet for some reason you're going lower, which doesn't make any sense. It's saying you added 2 more guys to help with that, and you're getting less progress. So something about that from a analytics side says that doesn't add up, which means you're probably going to reverse your price action. One would think, right? And then you're also showing the cross on the MACD. So, I mean, it is showing a little bit of bullish conditions, but let's just go ahead and draw this line. Because you're not in oversold territory. Kind of in that no man's land. Yeah, I think this one's probably the most valid. Let's see what happens here. I gotta get rid of this song. This song's killing me. Red up? No, man, I have no idea what that is. So I am just mainly a charter. I just trade the charts. Not too familiar with all 2100 projects. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so let's go to the daily really quick. Okay, so I mean, you could probably alter this a little bit, and this is probably a little bit more valid. Right? And you have trend line support there, and then you also have a pretty consistent trend line here, right? So the thing with ONT is it really likes to get down to this crappy region. It really likes to go here, right? And then it shoots. So every time it was an oversold territory, like right here, huge bounce. Right here, huge bounce, right? Kind of a precursor, and then it went again, but you would have got your divergence from here. So you would have still been right in that trend, right? So the thing about ONT is it sometimes likes to, like I said, come back down. So like while you hold these trend lines, you're okay. However, it hasn't really made that huge pop from being in those oversold territories yet, right? Like you did see before with this huge candle, right? And this huge candle that were, gosh, okay, like 90%, and if you had rode it all the way to the top, probably like 100%, so a full retracement. It's a pattern, okay. Nah, man, I've never heard of it. I have no idea. It sounds interesting though. So yeah, I'm not gonna give up hope on this bad boy yet because you are at critical lows, and I think ontology as they get to cleaning up Binance and as they get to kind of preventing the pump and dump stuff, I think this is a token that I think long term actually I believe in. Right, so I do trade the charts, but I actually somehow kind of like feel like this project could actually do something someday. But as far as the trade setup is concerned, I would like to think that these targets still exist. As far as the 32, the 3.8 and the 0.5, so 22, 24, and especially the 382 as this white line starts to chase. Right, I would like to think that we are catching ourselves on a bottom, consolidating, and then hopefully we could get a pop up if Bitcoin can potentially consolidate after it runs. But while Bitcoin's bullish, it's hard to be betting on alts, right? It's just hard because when Bitcoin runs, your freaking altcoin dumps because that's where the money's at. So just be a little careful. But I don't hate the chart, right? You still have a little bit of positive momentum, so cool. 4 hour looks pretty good. That's a nice little break. Yeah, so I mean, just hold your. This is the emotions, guys. This is where you gotta hold yourself together. Don't get shook out, right? Have your plan. Okay, let's go to Sealer. Okay, so broke below the 200-day moving average. But they did have a really nice partnership with. So when Link got published to Google, right? When Link got put on and like they had the big Google partnership news, it also did that on the CELER network. So they got a little bit of credit for it, yet they haven't seen much of a price action movement yet. So I'd be interested to see what happens. I mean, we did hit the 618 here and then sold off. So now we're kind of testing that 236. Let's what I would do is say that this is your well-established trend line. So that's your well-established trend line. Don't break the freaking white line. Don't break the white line and we're still cool. Right? We can hodl, we can trade, we can do it all, brother man. Like, we do have some trade setups that we do. It's all good. So yeah, I would say you're pretty mature through this. And what's interesting here is that you're getting ready to dip below the 200-day moving average. So if this yellow line crosses over the white line, it's not great, right? You're bullish when your yellow is above the white, but not the other way around. So, I mean, your RSI is building divergence. However, this could just be the lower high right here. And then you crap out and sell off and do more of like a double bottomy here, right? It's very possible. So let's, like I said, alts are just kind of hard to play right now. I mean, I'm sure people will play them and make money on them. I'm just saying they're just a little bit tough because of the way that Bitcoin's acting. So it's hard to be just super uber bullish because, like I said, Bitcoin could run 10% more and your alt bleeds 6 to 7 or 20. And I really think they're starting to clean the projects up. So I think all these bullcrap pump and dumps could get delisted here in the next month or two. I could definitely see some stuff getting delisted. And that's actually a good thing, right? It cleans everything up. It's not as fun for us because it makes trading a little harder, but it also gives you way more longevity in the market. So yeah, this is what I would watch. I would watch the red line. See if you can hold that. If not, you're probably going to come back and retest. So that's where we're at with CELER. CELR. All these bullcrap projects, dude, I swear. Okay. Let's go to XRP. So panic dropped out. See, this one gets me, man. I'm not, because the longs are at an all-time high on this freaking thing. So maybe you can extend this out and say this is, and they just drag us out. Possible. So this is irrelevant. Bullish divergence is decent. I like that. Oh, I wonder if I drew that. I'm going to split this screen and I'm going to check out the other pairing. See, this chart looks so much different. See, this chart looks good. The XRP to the US dollar looks decent. XRP to the Bitcoin pairing doesn't look great. Yeah. I like this one a lot better. This one looks like you could potentially see $50 to like 65 cents potentially. Let me blow this bad boy up. Because you've just sucked for so long, right? You've just been terrible for so long, where you tried, got rejected, tried again, got rejected, and now you're trying again. It's like, this is the first time you've actually crossed. Like, not half terrible, Ripple, the bank coin. Tell you what, dude, keep your eye on Ripple. Keep your eyeballs on the Ripple train. Because 60 cents, 55 cents, short term 48 and 50. So 236, okay. But if you get to the 54 to the 63 cent range, I mean, that's completely doable, right? I mean, at least in my eyes. Alright. What else we got? Let's see how a couple other of these bullcrap coins are doing. Alright, so Link's having an okay day. EOS seems to be like, it's trying. Not much to see there. Alright, Raven. Time for you to actually do something. Because you're about to scrub out. So I saw a lot of people calling Raven to like, and including myself too, into the 8 to like high 900s, and it crapped itself. It freaking crapped itself. So obviously with the Bitcoin pump, that's gonna be expected. But what's interesting about this is that we broke the downtrend. So you can see of this big purple pattern. Then you see the impulse up, and then you have the downward sloping consolidation, and then you're catching yourself with this double bottom right here, right? So what's cool about this potentially is if this was the downward wedge, you broke out, and then you're back testing, and you could probably extend this line. Oh, not that one. You know, and it's not to say that you can't go back to, 593, but you would like to think that you would catch yourself somewhere around here. But here's the deal. On a daily time scale, you are catching a knife right now. So you don't really know how far you could fall. So you are coming up to a support here shortly, which makes sense. As you go below the 200-day moving average, you would expect to sell off just below. And then we're going to know. Because we're either going to see that huge spike and then we get back up, and that was the first impulse wave, and then you retrace for the second, or it completely invalidates the trade and you need to get the hell out. Right? So keep an eye on the Raven. Wonder how the 4-hour looks. Yeah, okay, so you dip below, you're chasing. RSI's not oversold, but it looks like shit. Okay, cool. Like I said, it's hard to play anything much other than big coins right now, like ETH, Litecoin, BTC, BNB potentially. I'm not saying other things won't run. It's really hard and it's really risky right now. And I know that's not the answer people want to hear, because they want to know where money is to be made, but it's like you gotta sit on your hands and protect your capital. Protecting your capital is the name of the game. Just because you want the extra risk, sometimes it's not the best move. So that's where we're at with all of that fun shenanigans stuff, though. See, this bad boy is dumped too. But again, it's not invalidated yet. It's just really testing our trend lines, right? Like we need to go down to the red line to invalidate. If we go down there, then we invalidate everything. Cool. So hopefully we're trying to catch TRX at a low risk area here. So let's go to what else? Have to check this one and then a couple more. Alright, one. Kind of crap in the bed here. You're not really doing much. Not really showing any major signs of life. Still looks pretty bearish. Like all these freaking charts, because Bitcoin's doing its thing. But if I go to this, no, it still looks like shit. Okay. Yeah, you're chasing at this point if you're going for him. I did that one, so what's the other one I needed to check? I knew I had. Oh, that's right, P. So you guys remember this coin made a freaking killing off of this bad boy. So far, still super freaking bearish. So won't be taking any shots on this one right now, but what I will be doing is waiting for the heat up when it does a sealer or it does a FET, right? We'll be taking shots on that. But as of right now, it's still bearish. So just something to monitor, keep your eyes on, and because when it goes, it will go. I mean, you got a huge. Even if you just took this retrace, and this probably isn't the bottom, but if it is the bottom, then you know, 212 to 222 would be likely. And you probably end up. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a move when it moves, but it's not ready yet. So let's go to this one. Let's go. We got a couple more, and I'm out of here. Okay, this thing's still okay to me, right? I'm not really shaking too much on this one. I'm still holding my stuff until we break bearish. So you can move that down to there. And I still think that these targets are potentially possible. A couple of these coins are looking like that though. And then it's like, what do you get? Are you gonna be one of the delisters? You know? Let's see how Storage is doing. See, the one thing here too with Storage that I see, every time this thing has a stupid wick up, it has another one that chases. It always, like, even this one had that one, and that one had this one. This one's by itself, okay? Like, it will have another one, in my honest opinion. It has to. Every time this thing goes, it always has another, at least it has a couple that follow. And those wicks are like 80 to 90% wicks. So, I mean, why it looks bearish as can be right now. It invalidates any Elliott wave count, so I'm just saying, typically. So maybe that's where you're sitting at right now at 31, or maybe that's all the way down at 28. But I'd like to see this thing have another run up. Even if it's all the way up to like 48 or like 50, that's fine. That's still an awesome trade setup from 30s. So keep an eye on this one, kids, because this one could still be a mover and a shaker and a groover. Obviously, right now it's kind of like a no position. It's kind of just a wait and see, especially with Bitcoin. Like, you should either have money in Tether or you should have money in BTC right now. And you know where our money's at if you're in the Discord. So, yeah, that's about it. Let's check Bitcoin one more time before I get out of here. Sorry guys, it's just hard to tell you about alts today because it's just really, really hard to make decisions right now. I don't think they're financially smart to be trying to bet on alts until you figure out what happens with the big boy, because it's at such a critical area, right? So, I mean, I could see us running up and then maybe forming that downward channel like we kind of saw on Raven or a couple other alts, and kind of running down and then maybe going to the upside again. Could be this arrow where we go up and then we come back down and then maybe we see another, then we see the big arrow. That's possible. There's a couple different scenarios, but like I said, we need to hold the 84, 85, and as we've gotten higher, I think that right now 9K would be a nice one. 9K and 8,800 would be nice little, I guess, holds. So let's kind of edit this a little bit. Yeah. So first support 9K. And then we'd have to hold 88. Okay. Yep, that's how I'm seeing it. Alright, you guys have been awesome. Make sure you hit that like, that bell, that sub, and we'll be in the Discord. So come hang out in the Discord. Link is in the description box below, so check that out. And show love. And we try to show up at least 3 to 4 times a week. Can't really predict how long the videos are going to be. It's just kind of how, you know, interaction goes, as well as how the markets are looking. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Come hang out with us, and I will see you all next time. Peace.